Now, you might wonder what in the world is going on here. Well, if it looks a little bizarre, it is. Literally, today we have set up our very own bazaar to showcase some talented artisans and their unique creations. Handmade, craft, and small batch products have become all the rage all around the country. This artisan revolution is bucking the trend of mass production and allows consumers like you and me to get to know who's making our candles, linens, jams, and cheese. These DIY entrepreneurs are turning their passions into successful homegrown businesses that emphasize quality and community. One of the hubs of this movement is just right over the Brooklyn Bridge, so we grabbed our passports and took a tour of the Brooklyn Flea. Take a look.
Take a trip late tonight. Gonna be in a haze.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Flea. It's antiques, handmade items, food, art, jewelry. People just following their passion, quitting their day jobs so that they can make, whatever it might be. That kind of human touch is like the kind of heart and soul of the Flea.
It's a little earthy, a little granola crunchy, but with a totally urban edge.
If you go to a big box store, you're getting something that's mass marketed. Maybe there was an artist involved, but you don't necessarily know who the artist is.
And we actually mill all our towels in the US.
We use a carbon HEPA filter system, so it vents all the nasty fumes, and we can take care of ourselves and the environment.
My name's Susanna Taishu. I own SKT Ceramics. Our line is high-fired porcelain pottery, screen printed with my original illustrations. Every material and medium we use is something that you won't find in your traditional factory production, and that's something that our customers really respond to.
I'm Stephen Porto. You're supposed to introduce yourself too. I'm Stephen Porto.
And I'm Melanie Campbell.
And we are Asia Dog. Asia Dog is hot dogs with Asian-inspired toppings. We wanted to incorporate Steve's mom's kimchi recipe into a kimchi hot dog. It's kind of like spicy kraut on a hot dog. It's really good. And so we thought, oh, we'll do a banh mi hot dog and a pork belly hot dog. And then that's how we became Asia Dog.
My name is Stephen Loftus, and this is Recycled Brooklyn. When you pull an old piece of lumber out of a building, just like, why is this going to go to a landfill in Staten Island? You slap some legs on it, and all of a sudden you have a nice desk. I'm here every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I'm like just amazed by the people that come by. I mean, Brooklyn is just this incredible, it's got this life to it.
We've got fantastic flavors like apple with ginger. All our sodas are made with actual fruit.
Most of this stuff is repurposed.
I take apart old typewriters and redo them into functional jewelry.
Run all our jeans really long and then hem them custom to the customer's length.
I just kind of got used to not having a boss and wanted to work for myself and do creative work.
It's such a cliche, but the fact that hundreds of small businesses flowering into fully fledged businesses and now seeing them alter how people kind of think about buying and selling things, it's kind of wild.
How fun is that? Makes you want to move to Brooklyn, or at least go there on the weekend. Well, we invited some of the stars of the Brooklyn Flea back to our studios. Please welcome carpenters Matt and Steve Loftus to our bazaar today. Nice to see you guys. Thank you for coming. So, how did you get into this business? You have this company, Recycled Brooklyn, as we saw. How did you guys get started?
Well, it was kind of out of necessity. Matt was a writer. He needed the desk. So in our neighborhood in Greenpoint, it's always changing. A lot of buildings are being renovated. We walk the dog, and you'll find all kinds of stuff. Matt found an old door, decided that was his new desk, put some legs on it, and then a friend of ours saw it, wanted one herself, asked us to build one, so we built it.
And a business was born.
And a business was born out of our kitchen.
We put it online, and it was just crazy overnight.
Really?
The number of orders, yeah, absolutely.
And now, where do you find all the wood? Obviously, I know Greenpoint probably has wood lying around, but you guys actually have to go out and search for it. So where do you find it?
Well, we'll do all the salvaging, most of the salvaging ourselves. We have friends that'll help us out, but you see these big dumpsters that are out in front of a building, and it's that building that's being renovated.
So you dumpster dive for your
Oh
wood?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
I'll jump right in there.
We'll go anywhere for a piece of wood.
And so I know you brought actually an example of your work today. It's over here. So can you tell us a little bit about this and how you made it and where it came from? By the way, this is beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
You guys are really talented. So tell me where this wood came from and how you transformed it.
Well, the wood, as you can see on top of our table, that's how it starts. It's an old beam. It's a floor joist. It supports every floor in every building.
Right.
Well, the old buildings anyway. Now they're cutting all of that stuff out and they're replacing it with metal beams. So all that stuff gets thrown in the dumpster. We take it and we turn it into all kinds of different things. And this is our dresser it's one of our most recent products that we've made. But yeah, I mean, basically it's plain down Douglas fir, ripped down, polished, sanded, smooth, and turned into what you see here.
It's a beautiful dresser. And how much would something like this cost?
This is about $1,400.
$1,400.
Yeah.
So not inexpensive, but also very environmentally,
absolutely.
friendly.
Yeah.
Every piece of this would be in the garbage if it wasn't for us,
Well, I think it's fantastic what you're doing, and good luck with it. And I'd like to, can people go to a website to see some of your work, or do they have to go to the flea market?
Well, yeah, it's, recycledbrooklyn.com. We're always at the flea market every weekend. We're actually opening up a store next month, 240 Kent in Williamsburg. And we have an Etsy site as well.
Well, congratulations and good luck, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
All right, so next up, in our little flea market here is Susanna Taishu. She's the founder and creator of SKT Ceramics. Susanna, so nice to see you. So how did you get, let's give Susanna a little round of applause, everybody. So I know that you're very interested in fine arts. So tell me how you turned this into a business.
Sure. I went to undergrad at NYU and then did a 3-year residency at Greenwich House Pottery in Manhattan's West Village. So there I learned the traditional art of pottery making. And it was only a matter of time before the illustration that I was so interested in at NYU made its way onto the pottery.
Okay, and tell me, you're going to demonstrate how
I'm going to
do
teach
this.
you how to silk screen.
Okay, I'm very excited about that because, boy, I have no idea how to do this.
What we do is we're going to print with a colored clay, which is called an underglaze.
Right.
And we're going to push the colored clay through the holes in the screen. We're printing our penguin, our whale, our chick, and our fox.
Okay.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to start with the squeegee and the ink, and you're going to swipe, putting even pressure at a 45-degree angle, just like that.
I think I can do that. I'm going to try anyway. Do I put it in the top?
Anywhere in there, and then just even pressure and move all the way through. Yeah, you're going. Good, good, good. There we go. Cool.
That's so cool. You know, and so then basically goes on the pottery, which is beautiful.
And so this is, we brought a wet cup with us.
Oh,
so we transfer the pieces onto the pottery while they're still wet. This transfer process is something that you will not find in China, for example.
Right.
Because it's just too detailed of a process.
That I do,
So
Susanna.
you did pretty good. There's some missing whales.
The whales, not so much.
That's okay.
But what's great is you can actually personalize things. People can say, I'd like to have mugs with a cat on it or a squirrel.
Totally. My favorite thing about being at the Brooklyn Flea is interacting with customers on a weekly basis and hearing from them later on through email.
And you're doing what you love and you're making a living from it,
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
and it's been a great experience.
Well, thanks, and I'll work on that. Meanwhile, the founders of the Brooklyn Flea, Jonathan Butler and Eric Demby, are here today. And hi, guys. Thank you guys for coming. So let me start with you, Jonathan. Why do you think this artisan movement has taken off as it has?
Well, I think it's really started happening maybe 5-10 years ago in response to the big box store, mass-produced culture that had really taken over our whole retail environment in this country. And what we've seen when people come to the markets, they really want to connect and have a unique experience where they can meet the seller, the person who's made the thing they're buying. And as we've already heard today, the sellers and the makers want to find a way to both be creatively fulfilled and take control of their own financial futures. You know, the Flea started in 2008, right when the economic crisis was starting, and a lot of people, I think, really woke up and thought, you know, I don't want to get fired one day by my boss. I want to take control of my own future. So
Which
that's
makes
been a big
sense. And
part of it.
Eric, I know this isn't just in Brooklyn. I mean, this is happening everywhere. It seems like every small town and city across the country is really getting into this whole thing as well.
Yeah, I mean, we get emails, you know, I think maybe once a week from literally places all over the world, you know, and we know specifically of markets in places like Cincinnati and Providence that, you know, where people came to our market sort of get inspiration from it and go and start their own thing in their own town. And, you know, we love that. I think that, you know, Brooklyn has this special place in the kind of, in the world's imagination as a place where people are kind of like follow their passion and do their own thing, and it really has been infectious.
Well, I think it's so exciting what's happening there and really, as I said, all across the country. And it's happening, as we saw, with furniture, craftsmanship, like we saw with Susanna's ceramics, but also a lot with food, my favorite thing. And last but not least, we have the husband and wife duo of Melanie Campbell and Steve Porto, who are co-founders of Asia Dog. So give them a round of applause. So, hi, you guys. Hi. So, you guys were, I know you both were in the fashion industry, so how did you go from fashion to hot dogs?
Well, oddly enough, yeah, we were in the fashion industry, and our friends opened a bar, and food was really in, as we like to joke about it. And our friends opened a backyard in their bar, and they wanted us to do a weekly just happy hour hot dog and barbecue grill. And Steve and I are both from mixed Asian heritages. Steve is half Korean and I'm half Chinese. So we wanted to do a twist on your traditional New York hot dog. And so we started pickling our own veggies, putting fresh veggies and, you know, different things on the hot dogs.
And you noticed that they were super popular, right? People were loving them.
Yeah, we started, it was supposed to be just a one-off barbecue. And everyone said, "Are you coming back next week?" And we looked at each other and we said, "Okay." And so it started as a weekly happy hour at a bar. And then Brooklyn Flea had just started that year. And that was like our dream, to be in the Brooklyn Flea because of what was going on there.
Right.
And, the local food movement. So
and then
we've
it just
been with
took
them
off.
almost 6 years now, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. And you guys brought some examples of the hot dogs. Tell us, Steve, what we have here.
Right here we have our kimchi hot dog, which is our spicy fermented cabbage.
Uh-huh.
Next one over is the Mel and Steve, named after us, which is a pickled red cabbage sesame slaw.
Yum.
And then here we have a mango relish that's Thai inspired topped with peanuts.
Right.
And then this is like the works. This is like a banh mi hot dog, which is aioli, pate, cucumber, jalapeno, pickled daikon and carrot, and cilantro.
Which is your favorite? Because I get to try one.
They're like my kids. I don't have a favorite.
It's hard to pick a favorite hot dog, seriously.
Well,
Well, I'm going to pick this one in honor of your mom because I know that she has a great kimchi recipe.
Yes, and she has bestowed it upon me.
All right.
It's like spicy kraut on a hot
Yeah,
dog,
it's
so.
delicious. It's
And
really
it's good for you, too.
It's
Kimchi's
good
good for
and good for
digestion,
you.
yeah.
That's true. Kimchi is good for you. Well, this was so fun, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you both so much. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, guys.